Now class 11 chapter 7, a structural organization in animal. In the preceding chapters you came across a large variety of organisms, both unicellular and multicellular, of the animal kingdom. In unicellular organism, all functions like digestion, respiration, reproduction are performed by a single cell. In the complex body of multicellular animals, the same basic functions are carried out by different group of cells in a well organized manner. The body of simple organism like Hydra is made of different type of cells, and the number of cells in each type can be in thousands. The human body is composed of billions of cells to perform various functions. How do these cells in the body work together? As you have already learnt in your earlier classes, in multicellular animals, a group of similar cells along with intercellular substances perform a specific function. Such an organization is called tissue. You may be surprised to know that all complex animals consist of only four basic types of tissue. These tissues are organized in specific proportion and patterns to form an organ like stomach, lungs, hearts, and kidney. When two or more organs perform a common function by their physical and or chemical interaction, they together form organ system. Example: digestive system, respiratory system, etc. Cells, tissue, organs, and organ system split up the work in a way that exhibit division of labor and contribute to the survival of the body as a whole. Organ and organ system. The basic tissue, as you have learned in earlier classes, organized to form organs which in turn associate to form organ system in the multicellular organism. Such an organization is essential for more efficient and better coordinated activities of millions of cells constituting an organism. Each organ in our body is made up of one or more type of tissues. For example, our heart consists of all the four types of tissue, that is epithelial, connective, muscular, and neural. We also notice after some careful study that the complexity in organ and organ system displays certain discernible trend. This discernible trend is called evolutionary trend. Now you will study the details in class 12. In this chapter, you are being introduced to morphology and anatomy of frog. Morphology refers to the study of form or externally visible features. In the case of plants and microbes, the term morphology precisely means only this. In case of animals, this refers to the external appearance of the organs or parts of the body. The word anatomy conventionally is used for the study of morphology of internal organs in the animals. You will learn the morphology of anatomy of frog representing vertebrates. Frogs. Frog can live both on land and in freshwater and belong to the class Amphibia or phylum Chordata. The most common species of frog found in India is Rana tigrina. They do not have constant body temperature, that is, their body temperature varies with the temperature of the environment. Such animals are called cold-blooded or poikilotherms. You might have also noticed changes in color of the frog while they are in grass or on dry land. They have the ability to change the color to hide them from their enemies. Camouflage. This protective coloration is called mimicry. You may also know that frogs are not seen during peak summer and winter. During this period, they take shelter in deep burrows to protect them from extreme heat and cold. This is known as summer sleep, means estivation, and winter sleep, hibernation, respectively. Now morphology. Have you ever touched the skin of frog? The skin is smooth and slippery due to the presence of mucus. The skin is always maintained in a moist condition. The color of dorsal side of body is generally olive green with dark irregular spot. On the ventral side of the skin is uniformly pale yellow. The frog never drink water but absorb it through the skin. Body of a frog is divisible into head and trunk. A neck and tail are absent. Above the mouth, a pair of nostrils is present. Eyes are bulged and covered by a nictitating membrane that protects them while in water. On either side of eye, a membranous tympanum. Ear receives sound signals. The forelimbs and the hind limbs help in swimming, walking, leaping, and burrowing. The hind limbs end in 5 digit and they are larger and muscular than fore limbs that end in 4 digit. Feet have web digit that help in swimming. Frogs exhibit sexual dimorphism. Male frog can be distinguished by presence of sound producing vocal sacs and also copulatory pads on the first digit of the forelimbs which are absent in female frogs. Now anatomy. The body cavity of frog accommodates different organ systems such as digestive, circulatory, respiratory, nervous, excretory and reproductive system with well developed structures and functions. The digestive system consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. The alimentary canal is short because frogs are carnivorous and hence our length of intestine is reduced. The mouth opens into buccal cavity that leads to the esophagus through pharynx. Esophagus is a short tube that opens into the stomach which in turn continues as the intestine. Rectum that finally opens outside by the cloaca. Liver secretes bile that is stored in the gallbladder. Pancreas, a digestive gland, produces pancreatic juice containing digestive enzyme. Food is captured by the bilobed tongue. Digestion of the food takes place by the action of HCl and gastric juice secreted from the walls of the stomach. Partially digested food called chyme is passed from stomach to the first part of the small intestine and the duodenum. The duodenum receives the bile from gallbladder and pancreatic juice from the pancreas through a common bile duct. Bile, emulsified fat and pancreatic juice digest carbohydrate and proteins. Final digestion takes place in the intestine. Digestion food is absorbed by the numerous finger-like fold in the inner wall of the intestine called villi and microvilli. The undigested solid waste moves into the rectum and passed out through cloaca. Frog respire on land and in water by two different methods. In water, skin acts as aquatic respiratory organ. Cutaneous respiration. Dissolved oxygen in water is exchanged through the skin by diffusion. On land, the buccal cavity, skin and lungs act as the respiratory organ. The respiration by lungs is called pulmonary respiration. The lungs are a pair of elongated pink colored sac-like structures present in the upper part of the trunk region, thorax. Air enters through the nostrils into the buccal cavity and then to lungs. During estivation and hibernation, gaseous exchange takes place through skin. The vascular system of frog is well developed closed type. Frog have a lymphatic system also. The blood vascular system involves heart, blood vessels and blood. The lymphatic system consists of lymph channels and lymph nodes. Heart is a muscular structure situated in the upper part of the body cavity. It has 3 chambers, 2 atria and 1 ventricles and is covered by a membrane called pericardium. A triangular structure called sinus venosus joins the right atrium. It receives blood through the major veins called vena cava. The ventricle opens into a sac-like conus arteriosus on the ventral side of the heart. The blood from the heart is carried to all parts of the body by the arteries arterial system. The veins collect blood from the different part of the body to the heart and form the venous system. The special venous connection between liver and intestine as well as the kidney and the lower parts of the body are present in the frogs. The former is called hepatic portal system and the latter is called renal portal system. The blood is composed of plasma and cells. Blood cells are RBC and erythrocyte, WBC or leukocytes and platelets. RBCs are nucleated and contain red color pigment named hemoglobin. The lymph is different from blood. It lacks few protein and RBCs. The blood carries nutrients, gases and water to the respective sites during the circulation. The circulation of blood is achieved by pumping action of the muscular heart. The elimination of nitrogenous waste is carried out by a well-developed excretory system. The excretory system consists of a pair of kidney, ureter, cloaca and urinary bladder. These are compact, dark red and bean-like structures situated a little posteriorly in the body cavity on the both sides of vertebral column. Each kidney is composed of several structures and functional units called uriniferous tubules or nephrons. 2 ureter emerges from the kidney in the male frog. The ureter acts as a urogenital duct which opens into the cloaca. In females, the ureter and The oviduct opens separately in the cloaca. The thin-walled urinary bladder is present ventral to the rectum, which opens in the cloaca. The frog excretes urea and thus is a ureotelic animal. Excretory waste are carried by blood into the kidney, where it is separated and excreted. The system for control and coordination is highly evolved in the frog. It includes both neural system and endocrine gland. The chemical coordination of various organs of the body is achieved by hormones which are secreted by the endocrine glands. The prominent endocrine glands found in the frog are pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, pineal body, pancreatic islet, and adrenals and gonads. The nervous system is organized into central nervous system, the brain and spinal cord, a peripherous nervous system, cranial and spines nerves, and an autonomic nervous system, sympathetic and parasympathetic. There are 10 pairs cranial nerves arising from the brain. Brain is enclosed in a bony structure called brain box cranium. The brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Forebrain includes olfactory lobe, paired cerebral hemisphere, and unpaired diencephalons. The midbrain is characterized by a pair of optic lobe. Hindbrain consists of cerebellum and medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata passes out through the foramen magnum and continues into a spinal cord, which is enclosed in the vertebral column. Frog has different types of sense organ, namely organs of touch, sensory papillae, taste buds, smell, nasal epithelium, vision, eyes, and hearing, tympanum with internal ears. Out of these, eyes and internal ears are well organized structures, and the rest are cellular aggregation around nerve ending. Eyes in the frog are a pair of spherical structures situated in the orbit in skull. These are simple eyes possessing only one unit. External ear is absent in frog and only tympanum can be seen externally. The ear is an organ of hearing as well as balancing equilibrium. Frogs have well organized male and female reproductive system. Male reproductive organs consist of a pair of yellowish ovoid testes which are found adhered to the upper part of the kidneys by a double fold of peritoneum called mesochium. Vasa are 10 to 12 in numbers that arise from the testes. They enter the kidneys on their side and open into Bidder's canal. Finally, it communicates with the urogenital duct that comes out of the kidney and open into the cloaca. The cloaca is a small median chamber that is used to pass fecal matter, urine, and sperm to the exterior. The female reproductive organs include a pair of ovaries. The ovaries are situated near kidneys and there is no functional connection with kidneys. A pair of oviduct arising from ovaries opens into the cloaca separately. A mature female can lay 2500 to 3000 ova at a time. Fertilization is externally and takes place in water. Development involves a larval stage called tadpole. Tadpole undergoes metamorphosis to form the adult. Frogs are beneficial for mankind because they eat insects and protect the crop. Frogs maintain ecological balance because these serves as an important link of food chain and food web in the ecosystem. In some countries, the muscular legs of the frogs are used as food by men. That's it. Thank you so much.